Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between No Regret and ggaemo here on Circuit Breakers. Top left-hand corner-ish is the teal Terran player. It is No Regret. And in the top right-hand corner, it is the red Zerg player, ggaemo. Alright, so again, got this off of teamliquid.net, a great place to go for StarCraft discussion and StarCraft replays. Now, it is tl.net, but to me, it will always be teamliquid.net. Alright, so another TVZ. I know it's a lot of these recently, but a lot of good games are TVZs. I'll incorporate Protoss into my next one, you guys. I promise. Okay, so let's see here. Overlord Scouting here on Circuit Breakers. I kind of like this tile set. I don't know. This reminds me of playing the campaign. Little ramps, little skid marks here. And pool first here. That is going to be a 10 pool? Oh, hang on, 9 pool. 9 pool. I was looking at the No Regrets supply there. So definitely 9 pool opening here. There is some aggression intended from our Zerg player. Our Terran player, No Regret, doesn't really seem to have any intention to move on out here and scout at all. It is, in fairness, a huge map. And SCV scouting might not actually get you any information by the time it's useful to do anything against it anyway. So maybe you just play it safe. You throw up your barracks here on the high ground. You don't expand super early. No command center first play at all from No Regret, which would be insane anyway. I mean, you don't want to do that against a Zerg player regardless, because this is always an option. But did he extractor trick himself there? He must have 10 out of 9 supply. Extractor trick. You just go ahead and make an extractor, make a drone, then cancel the extractor, and suddenly you have more supply than your Overlord capacity should allow you to have. So there you go, 6 lings. 6 lings in production, 3 pairs. According to that production tab, Zergling, it says. Always makes me laugh that they put Terran in front of the words, and Zerg in front of the words, and Protoss in front of the words. Anyway, Sonic is watching. Hello, Sonic. You have a movie coming out. If you guys didn't hear, the Sonic trailer was released a few weeks ago. And by golly, whatever they did with Sonic, it was wrong. So they did the right thing. They heard the feedback, and they were like, you know what? Fine, we'll fix him. We're going to delay. Oh, hang on. We're going to delay the release of our movie so that we can fix it. How's that sound? The SCV does scout it. Oh, huge play. Huge play. The SCV does end up scouting this, and geez. 1 Marine, 2 Marines, pulling the SCVs. They need to form a wall here. And the Marine, it needs to come out sooner rather than later because the Lings are on their way. By golly, this SCV coming in for the scout. What's the follow-up going to be? The answer is just an expansion, nothing too crazy. Don't you worry about it, my little friend. And yeah, 2 Marines with a whole ton of SCVs holding that is enough to actually shut this down. So nice job. Nice job responding to it. Nice job scouting it from No Regret. Honestly, if he doesn't scout this, these Lings, I think they kill the first Marine, and I think the game's over. So this is the importance of SCV scouting. Even if you get there a little bit late, or you think you won't get there in time, it might work out for you anyway there. Is that a hatch? It's got to be a hatch, obviously. So the macro hatch coming up here at the top of the ramp. Nothing too crazy there. These Lings and Overlords are covering a lot of the map right now. Kind of like it. Trying to make sure that they know if No Regret has a sneaky expansion. Any kind of a ninja expansion coming up here, because they know they're not getting up this ramp. 4 Marines and an SCV. Not actually bothering to build a bunker. Surprisingly enough, they are not worried about this at all. And yeah, on the high ground, just those first shots are definitely enough to keep those Lings away. Oh, Marines. Careful, buddies. Careful, guys. Oh, 3 Lings. Another Marine comes on out here. Nice micro, moving the wounded Marines back. And a Marine goes down, but all the Lings get killed there too. Well executed, well defended from No Regret. He's building his command center expansion inside of his main. Meanwhile, there's the gas. Another barracks coming up here too. He wants his Marine count to be fairly high in case further Ling aggression is on the way. Because again, he doesn't have a bunker. So he needs a lot of Marines to handle any number of Lings that come across the map here. Yeah, I mean, there's 2 Marines here, and they're both pretty injured. I think these Lings can maybe block this command center from landing. If ggaemo sees this happening in time, he does not. He doesn't see it in time. SCVs come down for the main transfer to the natural. Lings show up. And with the, yeah, there you go. With the SCVs blocking, even if the Marines are severely injured, they will be able to hold off those Lings. Additional ones cruising on out here now. ggaemo did go for, again, the 3 hatch. He's going to have a lot of larva production, which is really nice. He's going for a lair. He's getting metabolic boost. And our Terran player is he's just building, man. That's all he's doing. He's just building SCVs. He still doesn't have a factory, surprisingly enough. He did go for an academy. He is going for medics and stims. So we're going to see some nice marine pressure. Maybe some marine defense more than anything else. I'm surprised he hasn't fully loaded. Well, he hasn't fully loaded the barracks because he doesn't want the lings to run by. He needs to body block it a little bit here with some marines. Well, once the medics come out, I mean, that's really the end of it for these lings. They have some map control where the Terran player can't really move out, but once the marine count gets high enough, once that stim finishes, once the medics are here, suddenly it's a lot more difficult. Yeah, here we go. Marines pushing out. The medics are behind. They are really giving the Marines the courage and the stalwartness that they need to survive here. A third base would be pretty nice for you about now. Seen your ggaemo, but he recognizes the threat. Now the Terrans have turned the tables. Now he has the map control. Now he can push out whenever he wants. And it must be defended. Must be defended here. These are what these creep colonies and sunkens are for. Going for the spire, so he's 2-base muta-playing it here. With that additional gas coming up at the natural base. Getting burrow too, surprisingly enough. I don't know what he needs burrow for at this point. I guess maybe to try to keep drones alive. The lings come around for either the run by or the wraparound, which is pretty good. If you come around with lings and prevent marines from backing out from getting smashed by these sunkens, you can actually do pretty good. But actually, nice map awareness, no regret, making sure that doesn't happen too easily. And he does chase those dudes away. Doon, 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 doon. Do 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 do. Spire is done. 8 mutalisks in production. Nicely saved up, nicely built there from ggaemo. Are you coming home? I don't know about that, no regret. I know there's 2 sunkens, but geez. I guess he was too worried about the lings. Again, getting that wraparound is just really problematic here. At least not until he's got +1 attack. Maybe he's got marine range, some fire bats in the mix here. He is making fire bats. This is extremely similar to the TVZ that I cast a couple days ago, or just yesterday maybe. Anyway, definitely feels pretty similar. 2-base mutalisk versus a marine fire bat. Really quick rush into medic play here. Engineering bay obviously done. We're going to start some missile turrets. There you go. Missile turrets on the way because the mutas are out. And everything's going to be just fine. Is he going to finish this one in time? Look at the timing here. The mutas show up. The turret is done. That is in crazy timing. In crazy is a new word I made up. It means incredible and crazy at the same time. But it's in crazy timing. There are 4 turrets here. Again, if there are more than 5 mutalisks, you're going to want about 4 turrets per base with some support from bunkers too there. But yeah, the mutas are going to try to make something happen, but nah, you did not catch this Terran by surprise. You knew exactly what you were up to. He's got turrets in beautifully placed places. There's just nothing you can do here other than expand. Other than keep the Terran player huddled inside his home. Ooh, this is what the burrow is for. He's going to try to bait the marines out to chase the mutas and then pop up with the lings. I kind of like it. I kind of really enjoy it. There's the burrow. Man, I love burrow. Remember the first time I saw burrow in StarCraft? I was just like, wait, what? You can hide under the ground? My mind was blown. As little 14, 15, 16-year-old, somewhere in there, whenever the heck 1997 was. What was I? I was probably closer to 15 or 16. But still, having played Warcraft 2, no burrow in that game, I can tell you that much. So third base is up and happily running here. I kind of feel like ggaemo is in a pretty great position. No third base here from No Regret. Oh, he's not. Come down this way. Oh, free medic. Come down this way. Chase me. And the lings come up. And the lings and the mutalisks get right on top of all of this bio. Is it enough to clean it up? Reinforcing marines do come in 3 fire bats. Ooh, picking one off. Picking another one off there. Nicely done. Keeping that fire bat count low for these lings, for the ling buddies, the ling bros, so they don't all die. That was nice. That's what the burrow was for surprise attacks. Surprise ling attacks there. 5 lurkers being hatched right this very second at the natural base. I am loving it. Science specials coming in now from the Terran player. And the muta control has been pretty fantastic out of ggaemo. He's got 6 mutalisks remaining. Free muta, free muta, free marine, free marine. That was not free because a Mutalisk died there, based on the Mutalisk death sound that we are hearing. So yeah, I really do feel like ggaemo is in a fantastic position. He's got 3 bases. He's throwing a macro hatches. He's going for a Queen's Nest. He's not going to have Defilers as quickly as Larva did in the previous game, if you caught that one. Seriously, go watch that one. Last versus Larva was a beautiful TVZ. I'm not going to spoil who won it, but there was some really fast teching up from the Zerg player, I can tell you that much. As you can tell, my voice is back. I don't know if you've caught me since my voice is back or if you caught the cast where my voice was gone, but I don't know. I just get sick about once a year where I lose my voice, and it sucks for the buffer, and it sucks for keeping the schedule going, but I always manage to keep it going anyway. Just takes a little bit of work on the days that I am not ill, and it's always nice to come back after taking a couple days off of casting, and it's just feel a little bit re-energized, right? Ready to go, ready to bring that energy for the StarCraft. Lings and Lurkers getting caught out by the Terran player here. I mean, this style is valid. You can tech into mech if you want to, but you can definitely beat a high-level Zerg player just with this Marine Tank Firebat Medic style thing with some Science Vessel support. Especially with the Science Vessels. You need those, though, 100%. You coming in, he's going to try to prevent the reinforcements from coming in, but guess who's going anyway? Holy smokes, No Regret is going for it, and the Zergling Swarm. The Zerg Swarm is like, hold on. What is going on? You're not engaging with my army? All right, natural base under fire from tanks. Trying to sneak up and go for that surround. He's got the Lings at the north. He's got the Lurkers and the Lings and the Mutas to the south here. The Sunkens are under fire. He needs to go, is what he needs to do here. Lurkers moving up. And here it goes now. Coming on in. Lurkers do burrow in. The Mutalisk need to take down the tanks. Lings on top of the tanks there too. By golly, what a crushing. Man, every time a Zerg player can get a surround on a Terran, it just goes so well for the Zerg, especially if they have equal numbers. Which in that case, there definitely was. So boy, lost all the Sunkens, but really not much else. Didn't take any shots to the hatchery here. Didn't lose any of the drones. That went exceptionally well for ggaemo. He's going for some Scourge. He's got Nidus Canals on the way. Man, those Lurkers have just got to have at least a couple kills each. Sort of. Kind of, sort of. There's a nice irradiate on the Lurkers. You don't have enough Science Vessels to irradiate all of them, as it turns out. Burrows the one. Muta's taking some shots off there. I don't know where the Scourge are. Man, this Overlord positioning is so good for ggaemo too. He's got Overlords and Lings everywhere. That is so many Lurkers right there. I know you've got tanks, but it's just a delay. It is a delay tactic right now. No Regret cannot push out too far without worrying about running into Lurkers. Base does come down here. I'm surprised that Zergling didn't chase that SCV down and shut. Did he see that? Is the thing. He saw the SCV come through because he's got vision on that ramp. Boy, howdy. I don't know. I really don't know if he knows this is here. This is more worried about this army anyway. Once he can handle this, maybe he'll do a counterattack and take down that third base, if that's at all possible. I'm not entirely convinced that it is. Boy, that's so many Lurkers. He can't go ahead of the tanks, man. Oh, I think he saw it. He's sending some Mutas and Lings over to try to shut it down here, but there are Marines on the top of this ramp, and Vultures. Defilers are out. They've got Consume. They've got Dark Swarm. Nice Dark Swarm in it. Burrowing on in range of those tanks. Unsieging the tanks. Get out. It's not safe here. Can he go up this ramp is the question. I don't know. I guess you could certainly try. Muta's definitely giving their lives for this, though. All the Mutas go down. Are there enough Lings to shut this thing down? They've got +1 armor. But the medic, the MVP, everybody stays alive. Well, not everybody, but enough stay alive, and all the Lings die. And the base stays here. That was a big-time victory for the Terran player here. No Regret. Looking good. Looking good there. Lings on top of Marines. Nom, 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 nom. Medic. You're outnumbered here, medic. Sorry to be the one to tell you this. Scourge just gets some hits off on the science vessels a little bit, but not as much as they wanted. The Marines doing a nice job protecting them there. More Lings trying to come in, but guess what? There's Firebats now. That Firebat has 3 kills. Woo! And he's healed up by the medics. Fantastically done. It's 139 to 98 supply at 15 minutes. That is not good for the Zerg player. He is in trouble. I know he's got 4 bases, which is fantastic. And the Terran's technically only on 3. And there was that major victory that we saw, but is that a plague? Kind of. Only 3 Marines got caught. Look at him chasing down this Defiler. Where'd he go? Where did he go? Oh, he escapes. He does manage to escape there. Nicely done. Science vessel count getting a little bit scary here. This is where we get into flash numbers of science vessels, guys. Defilers, as soon as they hatch, I feel like they get irradiated. Irradiating the lurkers in there too. Ugh. So problematic. I don't... Ling's up this way. I saw them, and then I guess a spider mine wrecked them. That's what it looks like anyway. Is that Meiosis? Metasynaptic node coming on in. Defiler energy. The Meiosis one, Gamete Meiosis, is for the Queens, which we're not going to see here because we're not meching it, and Queens don't have as much viability against this situation. So yeah, no regret. Just kind of winning some victories here, unless he's standing here attacking into Dark Swarm, which you don't want to do. Scourge trying to get hits. No, absolutely not. Science Vessel staying alive for the most part there. I think 1 went down, but otherwise everything was A-okay. Pushing on in. No regret. Very patiently trying to find Defilers to irradiate without the Scourge wrecking you. Oh, losing one. Does irradiate the Scourge, but it doesn't kill it fast enough. That's amazing. That's amazing stuff. Ling's trying to come up and actually finding a Defiler, but Dark Swarm pops up to keep him alive for now. Did he come out? He came out, threw a plague down, which again, catching 3 Marines, and that's it. 3 Marines is just not a great number, it turns out. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, no regret coming out of this attempted... Oh, the Dark Swarm again. Dodging forward out of the Dark Swarm there. Not bad. Oh, but another one comes in. Trying to find the angle where the Dark Swarm is not helping the Zerg player. And you know what? He finds it. The Lings come in. They're just on the edge there, but the Lings are all getting massacred. Some Marines are getting wiped out too. Oh, does force a cancel on the 5th base. Nicely done. Irradiate on the lurkers, and they burrow in anyway. Again, I'm really happy with the map awareness that we're seeing here out of ggaemo, but too much Terran, guys. It is just too much Terran constantly being produced here. The upgrades are at +2, +1, where it's +2 armor complete here. Trying to find... Oh, Ultralisks are out. All right, so +1 attack is done for the melee units. Ultras are present, which is going to be useful here against these Marines for sure, and the Firebats too, especially the Firebats. Firebats bode exceptionally well against, or poorly against Ultras, as it turns out. Are you really just going to A-move into this thing? Don't do that. Don't go in there by yourself, man. Where are your Defilers? Find stuff to kill. Find Dark Swarm. Yeah, man, look at how long it takes to kill an Ultralisk with these Marines. Takes a while. I don't think they have speed. It would definitely be able to tell if that was the case. Little engagements all over the map here. Nice play, catching some of those science vessels, but the science vessel number is still insanely high. Lings cruising on in. Oh, there's tanks now, though. This base has been admirably defended by No Regret several times now. I don't know. They might actually be able to make it up, especially if Ling's gone on top of these tanks. There we go. Coming around the outside, the fourth base may end up going down here. Lings on top of your tanks. Oh, hurting each other there, which is not good. Tank pops out, gets immediately wrecked. Tagging on into the third base, or the fourth base, though, in the bottom right here, using defensive matrix on some of these Marines. A base for a base, it looks like. A lot of drones going down. A lot of SCVs going to get wrecked down here, too, at the same time. It is a definitely slight base race type situation here. And the Marines, oh, the Marines are doing it, man. Look at them being protected. Irradiate on the Ultralisk. Defensive Matrix Marine holding his own against this situation. The Ultras are down. The base is going to go down. That means the third base is in a ton of trouble here, too. Lings and Ultras coming on down, trying to save the day if they can. And reinforcing units actually coming in to try to save the day here, too. This Ultra needs to get on top of those SCVs is where it needs to go and actually take them down here. 112 to 103 supply. It's a very, very close game right now. We got some lurker drops and ultra drops here in the top left at the same time. Marines going after the Ultralisk. No, not enough. The Ultralisk does manage to save today, irradiating this Ultralisk. And the support of some Marine attacks and Vulture attacks should be enough to take it down. Ultras cleaning up what is left down here in the bottom right. What is going on right now? And No Regret taps out at 21 minutes and 17 seconds. He's got an Ultralisk loose inside his production facilities. He doesn't have the income that he needs. He lost this. Yeah, he knows. He lost this battle. Some Lings did manage to make it in with +2 attack. They've got Adrenal Glands here too. All these units are dead. And yeah, I mean, it's basically a 2-basing Terran, and he's got stuff wrecking his production facilities. He's got, this lurker just died actually. I'm not sure what killed it. Maybe an Irradiate possibly managed to get it there, but yeah, too much. Wiping out this base was good, but he didn't take down the third base. He didn't take down the fifth base. He just scanned that. He knew that it was present, and economically he was not going to keep up. So wow, really fantastic match. That was a really, really great TVZ. ggaemo expanding to the top here too. I really felt like No Regret had that for a little bit. He had the upgrades, that 3-2. He had the science vessel count. Look at that. Look at all the science vessels. 10 of them. It's an insane number. But then the Ultras popped. He didn't really have the tanks to deal with them. That's really what you need here. Tanks, Irradiate is very good too. But yeah, just Marines and Firebats and Medics, not going to make it happen in the long run. So GG for sure. ggaemo with the victory here. Good game. Good game for sure. Look at all this tech. Spire, Hydralisk, Den, Ultralisk, Cavern, and 2 Evolution Chambers in the same place. Final score ends up being 141,000 for ggaemo, 128,000 for No Regret. Produced 561 Zerg units, 356 Terran units, 374 Zerg units were taken down with fire or bullets or tank fire otherwise. Structures even, raised 6 and lost 6 each. More produced by No Regret because he's a Terran player. And then resources, Zerg player just had the lead. Third base did, again, get held for quite some time by No Regret, but he didn't have any additional bases in there and just got out expanded by ggaemo over the course of most of the match there. So way more gas mined, more minerals mined substantially, and then way more spent, about 11,000 more resources spent. It's a lot of Zerglings, a lot of Defilers, a lot of Ultralisks. That's pretty much all that we saw. So good game. Good game for both of these players, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.